John Bregman, Republican for County Commissioner. I kind of also want to divert away from the budget a little bit because, what will happen is the Sheriff's Department will generate their budget. They'll try to meet their needs with their concerns, and they'll come to the county commissioners and say, okay, here's our budget. Can we get this amount? A little bit deeper issue, I think, is that, we're in us, along with the state, along with the country, are in a economic decline, and as part of that, we've lost jobs. I was involved with a little bit of that in 2009 when StarTech left Laramie and took 150 jobs, and, well, they're gone. We need to come up with some creative ideas to try to lure some of those jobs back, bring some of those jobs back into the city, into the county, because at that point you get a more broad base of businesses and you generate tax revenue off that, which can then be used to make sure that our county's services are being properly funded at the proper levels.
Pat Gabriel, County Commissioner, Democrat. I think Ron and the other sheriff candidates started the forum off very well when they talked about budget issues. From my standpoint, we were very fortunate this year in Albany County that we didn't have to lay off or furlough any of the employees as opposed to what the city had to do. They've eliminated several positions, but we were able to maintain what we've got this year. We had to increase the insurance premiums by 15% that the county employees will have to pick up this year, which is unfortunate. That's the situation. As we all know, the economy is in a decline, and there's only so much you can do on a local level. We have to go to Kermit a lot of times and ask him at the state. He understands the situation. The counties and cities and towns really need the money for infrastructure. We were fortunate this past May that the county residents and city residents approved the specific purpose tax by 73% approval, which is outstanding. I served on a committee that helped get that tax passed. Coming up in November, we need to get the 5-cent optional sales tax passed so we can continue that revenue flow, because a lot of these projects in the city, county, and town of Rock River can only be funded through the sales tax issues. And so it's very important that we get the message out to the voters in November that the 5th cent is very important to the operational structure of our county.
Hugh Lockhart, Democrat, County Commissioner. The budget is probably the biggest item going on right now, and trying to generate more businesses in town, in the county, will help us, I think, in getting more revenue for the county. Cuts are going to come, it looks like. It's unfortunate for everybody, but sometimes that's the bottom line when people have to be cut, like the sheriff's office did this year. If I'm elected into the office, I'll try to generate some different types of income from the state legislatures and all that. But it's going to be a hard thing for the county the next probably 3 years. So.
Jerry Kennedy, Republican candidate for County Commissioner. The budget is the biggest item. Until our national economy starts turning around, it's going to be tight for a few years. And, we can do some things with economic development. We've done it in the past, and we can keep it going. There's a lot of big things that could be done. That way, we need as Pat said, we need that 5-cent tax. Without those sales taxes, it would be just about impossible to run this county. And it's real important. I think the funding is the biggest unmet need that we have, and it's always going to be tough, and it's hard to distribute that money equitably to so many organizations and things like that really depend on that, as well as our workforce that we have.
Tim Chestnut, Democrat County Commissioner. I think it's interesting that no one really wants to talk about the 800-pound gorilla that's in the room, and that is that the state ties our hands so much on what we can do to raise revenue. I think one of the things that, as a commissioner, that I've helped to do to increase revenues in here is one of the smartest things that we've done since we've been here, and that was to hire the grants administrator away from Campbell County. And she has brought millions of dollars into this county that we're going to the large counties that have a lot of money to spend on grants and things like that. The fact is we're not in the situation in Albany County that the rest of the state is, because we get most of our money from property taxes and sales taxes, and those have remained flat over the last few years. Carbon County had to cut $24 million from their budget last year. Our budget is only a little over 11 million, folks. Our hands are strapped here because the students don't bring into this what the rest of the state does. But what we need to be doing is how to spend our money on infrastructure the best way we can. Because infrastructure is keeping a strong library. It's keeping good roads, and it is keeping backbone in the courthouse. Going paperless has been a huge thing for us. I mean, we're wasting, the lack of waste that has come around in the last few years, in the last 10 years, has been amazing. And I think that's where we need to be going. And because it's so hard to increase revenue. The state does not give us the tools to increase revenue. Right now, we're lobbying the state to try to get excise taxes on these wind projects. The wind projects is what's coming. We're shielded by these beautiful mountains that kept all the minerals out, and now we need to take advantage of the wind.
Thank you.